Hello. Is this thing on? Alright. Hello and hello. Welcome to the Stanley Parable. And I don't know what I'm just doing the loading thing. Anyway, put something real quick. Yeah, so anything. There we go. Hello. Welcome to Stanley Parable. Let us begin. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I want to be like Steve.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would...
Oh, I accidentally clicked. Why is there nothing on the computer? Why are my video settings so crap? Maybe it's because it's an old game and I shouldn't complain about it. Who knows? We are employee 427. Oh, there's a door. Hello, door. It is 11:23. Okay. That's not the time in real life. In real life, it is about 10 p.m.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I thought there was a way you could break this mission. I haven't played this game in a really long time. Alright, I think you could get out this window. I just forgot how. Oh, oh. Whoa. Into the deep dark. Or into the bright light.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of...
Alright, I can't see. I need to see the audio. Closed captions. Subtitles.
the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature...
Why didn't that work? Options. Audio.
of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich.
Okay,
perhaps
now
you
I feel
just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
What happens if we do sit in this spot forever and ever? I don't know. I don't really want to wait. Let me out. I wish I could jump. Okay. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out! Okay. Is it the same time? It's not the same time. Oh!
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Did it start over, or...?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
There's computers that are on. Let's turn them all off. Awaiting input. Input received. Any of these goes unlocked? I don't think so.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I disagree. Just advance the story right now. I hate Mondays. That's fun. It's fine to fun. Nothing. Cool. There's a lot of bugs. And a lot of backwards.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, do we go on the one on the left then? Alright, this is my left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
No,
perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Who wants to go to the employees?
Yes, nice. Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
This really is a nice room. I want a room that looks this nice.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Okay,
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
It calls to me. Whoa, a loading screen.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
That's what
No,
I thought.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's
It could only
clearly...
be to the right.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh. He's lost, ain't he?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
There's a truck here. What is this place?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to
what's
get back to,
this?
who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
Looks like someone
How
got
about,
fired.
rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Employee number 104 got fired.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Is it this way? Did we just loop around? Yes. Where could you be, story? Oh, story. Oh, story. Come here. Come here, story.
I'll
This is
say
like
it.
wandering through
This
the
is the
backgrounds.
worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, can I close the door? No, I can't.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh, story. Where are you? Where could you be?
Aha!
Oh.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
What? Okay, this is confusing.
No, wait,
None
never
including
mind.
in
Not the
geometry,
story.
stop.
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this...
Ooh, what's this?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
I won.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
We're going on an adventure. Do 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 do. What happens if I ignore it?
No, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, so I do have to follow it? That's dumb. I'm pretty sure the store was in the other direction, but okay. Someone play adventure music.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Employee number 6. What's this one? Nothing. Why is this always super long?
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Screenshot. Alright, we'll remember this fern. What's a fern?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Hello, is there
Still
anything
missing
there?
the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Yeah, I guess we'll go follow the line again.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh, second employee got fired. 609. We here again?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh,
Alright, I get to
this
be
all
an elf.
sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
That direction? Okay, I'm an elf. I could do magic. Ooh.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Told you I want to be an elf.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
What happens if I turn around? I've never turned around in these games before. Is nothing gonna happen and I'm just gonna have to walk all the way back? That's kinda expected, to be honest. That's what happens. Oh boy. Nothing? Nothing at all? Really? Really? It's super cool how they do the non-Euclidean geometry. Look how you're intersecting with yourself. Nothing. No dialogue whatsoever. Wow. Wow, okay. That means I have to walk all the way back in complete silence, no dialogue. Eee. That sucks. Round and round and round we go. Here comes the line, TM. Hello, line, TM. Is the line at TM actually trademarked? I should look that up later. It's just everywhere, wow. Okay, bye.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What?
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
So we are
My mind
past
goes
the
blank
fourth
simply
restart.
because it's written here on this
Fifth restart,
thing.
narrator forgets about
wall.
previous restarts.
Well,
attempts to play
who
story,
consulted
but is
me?
prevented and
Why
then
don't I
gets
get to
thrown
decide?
when the game
Why
starts
don't
on its
I
own.
get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Second overlapping.
No, it can't be. I
Find
don't
the
want
line
it to
again,
be.
begin
I don't
follow
want the
line,
game
find
to
it
keep
again,
restarting.
left
I don't want to
office,
forget
as
what's going on.
necessary.
I don't want to be
Attempt to make
trapped
a
like
story
this.
here,
I
narrator
won't
restarts
restart
game,
the game. I
sudden
won't do it. I won't
There is
do it. I
no
won't
longer
do
in
it.
office. Simply
And the timer stopped?
wander in the blackness,
Does that mean,
find the bookstore, get
did we
bored and
do
leave
it?
narrator
Did we
resets
break the
game.
cycle?
Eighth
The,
restart narrator is
whatever
gone
it is
after
that
a
made
long
this
time
schedule?
Stanley dies.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
I want to be able to finish
eventually.
the ending.
Well, in the meantime...
Jesus. I hate that noise. Completely restarted. Alright, let's actually follow
All of
this
his
story.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Input received. But what am I inputting?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, sir. I am good employee.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I really want to go in there. Oh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But there's duct tape.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
But it's nice and cozy. We even get a mop bucket. Who doesn't want a
It
mop
was
bucket?
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting
He's
in the
wired
broom
in.
closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What is that?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing
I'm
around
just
doing
doing
nothing?
that.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally
It's
this closet
F-word
is of
all.
absolutely
I'm
no
on YouTube, so I can't
significance to the
swear,
story whatsoever.
I
I
didn't
never
know
would
that.
have thought to mention it.
I need to swim off.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I'm totally gonna.
Stanley
write
was
about
fat and
that.
ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I am. How do you know? I am Stanley. I am a drug hooker. Guy.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Is there any more dialogue? I don't know if there's any more dialogue. I don't think there's any more dialogue. I'm gonna sit here for a second while I go refill my water. I don't know if there's any more dialogue. Okay, I just grabbed the entire jug of water so I don't have to go back and forth later. Remember, kids, stay hydrated. Drink water. Unless you're somehow allergic to water. Then don't drink water. That seems kind of bad for you. Alright, here we go.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Wow, I feel mildly insulted. Ooh,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. We're gonna follow his instructions this time. Oh, a bathroom. I need to go. I need to go pee. Come in. I need to go pee. Okay. Oi, boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I don't know the keypad. I don't know what it is. I couldn't possibly know that the last number here is 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where are we going? Loading. Alright, boss, where are we
Descending
going?
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh. Elevator broke.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. I wonder what this does.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't. Please don't tell me.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What's my number? 427? I don't remember. Oh, there's my office, right there in the center of the screen. Hi, me. I don't know why that one's so pirate.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't know, I'd be happy with a job that only makes me
he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Maybe I should work at
it was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I mean, that is a.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Let's turn it off then. Oh. Hey, it's dark. I can't see. My mouse is showing up. It's loading.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Oh no, was it?
Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
How ironic when I literally have to follow
even
your
as the
command
immense
to
door slowly opened,
gain
Stanley
freedom.
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Interesting.
Where had his co-workers gone?
It's ironic.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to
ironic.
go, what to do, or how to feel.
You have to let
Whatever
let
life
him
he lives,
take you places
it will
if you
be
want to win.
his. And that
Once
was
again.
all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Do I defy him? I defy him. Can't get out. Can I not? No, I have to. Why?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way,
You're given your freedom
right now, that
by
things
your,
were meant to
controls getting
happen.
taken away from you.
And Stanley was happy.
Great. Alright, let's break it. The end is never the end.
The meeting room, yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
I didn't check the computers in the last one. I'm liking that drink.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room.
We don't care.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, what happens if I fall?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Oops.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I think you can get down there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think if you jump off and land on the truck, you survive.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's try.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
Yep.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
I
first
didn't
open
realize there was
door on
like
his
multiple
left.
voice lines.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh no, it's
Look,
this...
Stanley, I think perhaps
yeah,
we've
this
gotten
is
off on the
not-
wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
You
I
fall down
realize that
there.
investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What?
I don't want
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Man.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No, I don't want you to. Stop harassing me, dude. Let me be free.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh
You
my
see?
god, it's attractive.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for
128
you?
by 128
Do you not think I put a
pixels?
lot of time
What?
into that? Because I
No,
did.
it can't be.
And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable
original
desires
game
of yours.
was a,
What would have made this game better?
was a mod
What did
for
you want to
Half-Life.
see? Vehicles?
And
Skill
Half-Life is
trees?
a,
Work with me. You've given me
The
absolutely
engine for
nothing so
Half-Life
far.
was based off
Tell you
of
what.
Quake.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give
And
me
this
some
is what
feedback.
the default
There we
Quake
go.
textures
A
are.
third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Do I go through this or do I take the right door? I'm gonna take the right door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Worldwide leaderboard. How do you play in 2 seconds? What the hell? Is that supposed to be me? Why is it 7 hours? Why not ask for friends for help? Error. Your friends list is empty. Wow. Wow. Okay, the person above me is supposed to be 3 hours, and it's literally a dead rat. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'll give you a 2.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I would mind. Okay, it's gonna be.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards
What's the
danger.
baby British?
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
The same as the older version.
This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. I wonder if they get permission to actually do this.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
We'll be fine, narrator.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
And the zombie and the spider. Oh.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Alright, I want to take that radio. Oh, it doesn't face it towards you. Lame.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
What am I doing?
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it...
Hey, look at that! Are these the original iterations of the game? Oh no, my computer's doing that thing where it lags terribly. Why? Oh my god, did you guys see this lag? What the hell? Alright, let's go. Hey, okay. Let's go on. Nothing's saving my resources. What's going on? Sometimes it's just on my grass. This is what the original game looked like. It's just the lights are out. Like I said earlier, it was built in half. Man, I hope I don't sound terrible. I guess this is the 2 doors. Hey, look, a light. Why does my computer do like this? Ooh. It's laggy. Is this it? Is there anything else?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Yes.
I can wait.
this is the end. This is also the end of the stream. Because I don't want to make you deal with the terribleness of my computer, and I don't know why it's doing this. Let's just figure it out. I'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be back eventually.